usual. Just wait a second before I see the show. Alright, so, welcome back to another episode of Hell's Awakening Noxus Chronicles. Today's session is another one-on-one in the Noxus Chronicles series. And this time, instead of Noxus herself, we're here with Ryan, aka Vrarus, because he got captured recently and has spent, to him, a couple of months to about 3 months' time in a cell in a prison in the harshest part of the land in the Frost Kingdom. So we're about to go through what he experienced in those 2 months in today's session.
I rate a 10 out of 10 experience.
Yeah. Yes, you did. Now, without any further ado, let's get right into this. So, Vrarus, you wake up in a cell. Not that familiar at all. It's fairly cold. You've been given a new jacket to wear due to the drop in temperature. You've been placed in a fairly large cell with some beautifully blue kind of turquoise ice at the very back of the cell, blocking any form of exit. Inside that ice, you can see some creatures and undead who've tried to escape in the past. And in your cell, you've got your basic shit bucket, a mirror, a sink to, wash your face, and your bedroll. Other than that, it's pretty desolate. Oh, and there's also a metal tray with some bread on. That's about it. That's all you've got at the moment.
Yeah, but I was just gonna look around slowly and just sigh to himself. I guess I'm back home then. Not as cozy as I remember, but what can you do doing in a cell, I guess?
Indeed.
Yeah, he's gonna like stand up from where he was like sitting down on and just like walks over to the tray and just check on the bread.
It's
Like
it's
is it
not it's not stale. It's not molding.
oh, it's not
It's
stale.
it's actually
Yeah.
quite fresh. Clearly, they've brought you the freshest batch straight out of the kitchen.
That's lucky, I guess. Basically, he's like gonna sit down while he's like sits down like in a formal way, like, and then grabs the bread slowly. Like, the way how he eats the bread, it's not like normal, just like eating normal. He's gonna like take out the little pieces and like eats from it.
Okay. Uh, Once you're finished eating and you look up, you find none other than Bulbar Gravdos at the bars to your cell, I guess you could say.
Yeah, Varus would 100% know this guy. He's just gonna stare at him like Varus' face at this point just emotionless. Like his emotions like just all died because he just knows like, well, this is probably the end of me. I'm gonna stay here or until I die. That's just like his mental state right now in his head. He's gonna just like stare at him. He's like, you need something.
Hmm. Eternal said I meant to keep an eye on you, but I trust you to not try anything stupid. Not that I like the bastard anyway, so I'll make sure you always get the freshest batch of food.
Well, I thank you for that, but I'm not gonna escape anytime soon anyway.
Hmm, I suppose not, but I bet those friends of yours might come for you. Tanel said to keep an eye out for that, but I don't really care.
I actually would rather if they don't come after me. The Frost Kingdom would be too much for them to handle. It's best for us to be isolated.
Yeah, they don't even have the currency needed to make their way over here. Plus, I don't think they'll even survive the magic region anyway, with the blizzard that's constantly raging outside.
I don't think they even saw what a wild boar could do to a normal person, considering those guys are like what, fourth or fifth level, even though if they were just animals.
Hmm, it'd still be tough for those people to handle.
He just sighs and like kind of goes in a corner of the cell and just sits down. He's like staring at like nothing.
Hmm. Um, Bulbar's gonna put his hand through the bars and he's gonna pass you a kind of red spherical ball. Clearly, it's for you to have some form of entertainment while you're in the cell.
Yeah, Vrarus is gonna like he tosses that at him, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he's gonna catch it, like positions. Then he like positions himself in a way so he just keeps on throwing it on a wall. It returns, keeps throwing it at a wall and returns. Like, yeah, at least he has something to do while just staring at nothing.
Mm. Some hours pass and Fullbar returns, this time with what you can only imagine to be your dinner. It's nothing fancy. Yeah, it's another piece of bread, but this time you've got a hot bowl of soup. He passes it through on a tray, and he then asks, "So, why did Talinor want you anyway? He keeps calling you the traitor. I don't understand."
Uh, Actually, even same for me. Well, there's only one person I think they just keep not telling me. He's like he goes walks over and sits down near the tray and like while he's eating, well, not is he eating or drinking the soup? He's eating. Come on,
Hell yeah.
yeah, yeah. He's like eating the soup and he's like kind of looks at him, he's like, well, have you heard of the incident where a lich suddenly invaded the academy?
I remember.
Well, yeah, that's that very lich actually killed three of my friends, and is the reason why I have necrotic powers.
But why would that make you a traitor? Unless he's trying to say that you're the one who created the Lich and killed your friends.
Who knows? His propaganda is everywhere. You don't know if he's lying or telling the truth at this point.
I can agree with you on that one.
Also, the lich is actually. I thought he was just a legend, but have you heard of the name Visco? He's not from the Frost Kingdom, but somehow one of his apprentices went into the Frost Kingdom to find an old what an amulet. Do I actually still have it? Like he tries to, he immediately like kind of has a little panic. Like his face does not change that much, but his eyes like slightly widen, and then he immediately tries to search for the amulet.
You do find it on one of your inside pockets.
He does like a sigh of relief and kind of shows Fulber the amulet, which I did describe the amulet before, right?
I'm pretty sure you have, yeah.
Yeah, well, I have to describe it again. It's kind of amulet with a green skull on it with like a little bit of slightly, slightly like dark green flames on the eyes, like the eye sockets.
Hmm.
That's how it looks like. Yeah, the fire does not do anything. It seems there for just like accessory point. That's it.
Mhm.
Yeah, a man named Visco used to have this thing. I don't know how did it enter the Ross Kingdom though.
I've only heard the name. I know nothing else.
Well, the man is outside the Ross Kingdom, but he somehow has a lot of influence even in this amulet. To the point he could speak to me telepathically.
Interesting. Hmm.
Yeah, Vrarus like will flip it to the amethyst direction, like staring at the skull. Like he hasn't talked to Visco in a while right now.
Mhm. Um, by the way, Vrarus, do you know how long you've been out cold for?
Well, it's 10 or so. Has it been weeks?
About 3.5 weeks.
A new record for me to being out cold, I guess. Ah, life just loves to beat me down, even though I'm lying down on the ground still wounded.
Hmm. Well, I won't intrude on your privacy any further. And he turns around, walks off, and you hear the platform creaking as he then uses the elevator to go up.
Also, are the ghosts around Vrarus?
There are ghosts around them, yes.
Yeah, his three friends they're just vibing.
They look as solemn as Full Bar sounded.
I was also thinking that they're a little confused as to why you're there in a prison cell.
Yeah, wait, they would only be there when, he's conscious, not unconscious, right?
Yeah, and when he's consciously thinking of his friends, they'll manifest around him, or if he wants to speak to them.
Yeah. So yeah, they're
Otherwise, the wisps are just
slowly,
kind of there.
yeah, so they're slowly gonna king, like, yeah, manifest because he's kind of thinking about them. Because, he mentioned them. So they're 100% gonna manifest now.
Mhm. Okay, they manifest around you. Uh,
Varus X does not even seem to be bothered at all. He just continues eating his soup.
yeah. So, as they manifest around you, as said, their faces are as sullen as Fulbar sounded. and one of them speaks up and says, "What did you do this time?"
Vrarus kind of like sighs himself and just like kind of shrugs, like as if he had no memory of him actually casting the spell. I mm, I think I casted that one spell, the Shadowmancy one. That's why Talon decided to pick me up and put me here. Well, that's not what I think, because memories are hazy right now.
I think he did more than just pick you up and put you here. Look at yourself, and you can see them gesturing to roll your sleeves up, and you can see some form of scarring where you can only imagine Talmor has been torturing you in your unconscious state.
Well, that's neat.
You can see um chain marks, but they're not like it's not like burn marks of the chains or anything in your skin. It's um like a black shadow ash look to these chain marks in your skin, and no matter how much you rub at it, they won't go away.
I guess I'm gonna be stuck looking like this. Oh, what can I do? I'm just gonna freeze here. Yeah, like while he is talking, basically grabs a chunk of the bread and like kind of dips it on the soup and eats it with it because a little
Okay.
bit flavor with the bread.
As you're doing this, one of the standard mage knights walks past and trips over his own feet, spilling soup everywhere. You thought you were the only one
I can
down
imagine
this.
a somewhat muffled because of the helmet. Oh shit!
Yeah, pretty much. Where you thought you were the only one in a cell this deep in the prison, clearly not, as they were on their way to another cell further down the corridor.
You okay over there, Mr. Mage?
Hmm. As he picks himself back up, and uh, uh, on the tray was a cup, kind of like the old, kind of like Japanese teacups, you know, where they're like
Yeah.
cylindrical. He'll pick that up and he'll just throw it through the bars at you. It doesn't hit, obviously. It doesn't hit you. It hits the ice next to you. As he then collects the rest of the stuff and just continues moving along.
Also, this happened as he's walking away. He's gonna glance at where the other one might be because he was walking towards the direction where he's supposed to give food to someone, right?
Yeah,
He's gonna kind of glance over there. Can he see it from his position? It's like he's sitting near the bars.
and the torches this deep aren't lit. There are not all of them are lit. There's only like one every 20 feet that's lit, so it's not very bright. Um,
The
so
human life.
the way when you do try to look, because of the position of your cell, it's very hard to see like who might be nearby. You can only just hear like sort of psychotic wailing and someone scratching their nails across the slate floor.
Well, I don't blame them going insane here. They even changed the system of this prison for over hundreds of years. He can't. He can't do any like casting because 100% they gives him cuffs like against magic, right?
Yeah. So similar to how they were, how it was back in Waterdeep,
Yeah,
except the material.
much more stronger.
Yes. So for context for your leisure, because obviously you weren't co-DMing until episode 6 onwards. When the party were initially in Waterdeep, they got captured, and they had a form of like thensium that was used to trap magic as cuffs. Because they're a big city, they had the
Oh.
funding for it. But obviously, with the Frost Kingdom, where they have their own alloys and metals, they are able, and considering how technologically and magically advanced they are, they have their own version, which is far more superior. Like, not even Vrarus trying to manifest seeing his friends can break these ones, unlike it did the ones back in Waterdeep. You can't even cast the most basic and simplistic and harmless of cantrips.
So no prestidigitation, like none of that.
Can't even do that.
Oof.
Yeah. Well, to be fair, it is a society of magic, so they're 100% gonna
Yeah.
counter that too.
I mean, you've seen their insane magic potential just in a couple of people. Full bars, you have to show off his potential as well, but anyway.
At the moment, he's depressed.
Just get him an espresso. And get rid of the depressor.
Yeah.
Yes, as you kind of talk about that person not being surprised that the other person has gone insane in their cell, suddenly all the torches just go out around you.
Someone is trying to make an entrance. He wait.
Hmm?
Wait, does he like feel a rush of magic around him or no?
You can sense magic still, yes, but you just can't use it.
Yeah. All right.
You can, since this was done magically, and the mage knight who walked past earlier is coming back. He's sort of in a sprint, but he shouts at you, it's bedtime. That's why the torches are out, since you're new here. Like, quite a bitter tone to it.
Yeah. He's realizing what that meant and he's like kind of nods. Slowly getting up just to walk towards his bedroll. This is gonna be a routine of him just doing this stuff for a while now.
An inescapable loop of insanity.
Yeah. Well, but I almost lost all his emotions, so can he turn more insane? Who knows?
You do the same thing on repeat across maybe a week or two. And then suddenly, a familiar aura is felt. Distant, but you can feel it very intensely. Not only is it the Baron himself, but you also feel the familiarity of another form of necromancy. As you hear the creaking of the platform on the elevator and 4 bars groaning as before you, after you hear the drawbridge go down and lift back up, you find yourself face to face with both the Baron and Hilra Tayan.
He kind of just blinks slowly at them, and that's all. He's not even gonna speak.
I see you were enjoying yourself.
Mm. Nah, I'm more enjoying, more of just bored, really.
You know, I can always get out of you. If you win once, let you out yourself. It's not very hard. But then you have to learn my magic.
But it cuts a little bit for me.
No, it's all
Yeah, I was gonna say
Don't.
you're cutting it now like crazy.
No, that's fine. You know, I can always be back. So, but you'd have to join my side. And
So you want me to join by your side?
yeah, stop being the good guy. Stop trying to save the world. Why not join me? And then you can rule over as much of the Cross Kingdom as you please. It's a win-win.
Yeah, I would rather not join you. Yeah, sorry, but no deal.
Hey, make an example.
Sorry, that was player going fuck slash KGM. Hmm. Out of this mentality, I don't know how to go about it. But I have a twisted idea.
Do what you think is applicable to Hailbra. That's all I'll say. Remember, one of her abilities is also soul consumption. She doesn't have to consume a soul fully. Even just doing a partial consumption or just trying to extract the soul is enough pain as it is to the person while they are conscious.
Also, I'm rereading the description for her. I have an idea.
Good.
So, you see this second individual. You don't really see their face, but you can feel, just outright feel their gaze lock onto you. And she'll draw out a blade, but not go into your cell. No. She'll turn it to where the flat of the blade is facing you. And she'll just tilt her head as she activates one of the more niche abilities, where you start to hear the souls of the damned trapped in the blade screaming in your head. Starts quietly, like you're in afterlife as a visitor, but it gets louder and louder and louder until you are surrounded by it in your mind with no escape.
The pain,
Sound torture!
the mental pain of this is equivalent to a mind flayer dragon's psychic attacks.
Shit!
It's basically like a mind flare, okay.
I was actually inspired by something completely different to go with this, but it made perfect sense for her. Him,
Her.
it. I was saying him, it, because visually you can't tell.
Hmm.
Especially when it's, a little bit dark.
Hmm. Yes.
So the exact details are eh. But you do see the glint of the flat of a blade being shown to you.
How to proceed, Vrarus?
Hmm. I'm supposed only used to like 3 or 4 people inside of his head, but this is way, way too much all of a sudden. Like he immediately like the he immediately touches the his like forehead and kind of looks down fast. It's trying like to handle all of these voices suddenly coming in. He would actually grit his teeth. It's just like sound like this is the power. He does not know. Well, he did not ever felt like psychic damage. It's like at first. So this is gonna be even more pain for him.
As this is
Let's see
going,
what it's done.
as this is going on, one voice you can pick up amongst all the others is all but familiar to you, Vrarus.
Oh no. Oh no.
I don't think I like this. And Visco is going to reflect that effect onto Hailra.
Oh.
Huh.
Only I'm allowed to hurt Vrarus. He's my toy, not yours. So as this effect bounces back onto you, Hailra, it's almost crippling. You kind of buckle over a little bit, holding your helmet tight as the voices just don't stop. And then Talnor will snap his fingers and he'll dispel the effect.
And once the effect is dispelled, sheathe the blade. And you feel the gaze just snap back to you. And this anger. No words. This being does not speak.
The Varas just like rubs his head and just like kind of shrugs at them. Well, I'm basically occupied, so you can't really have me on your side. You see, Talon.
Well, yes, you're going to rock it forever and ever.
Yeah, I know.
You're not going to sleep like there yet.
Yeah, before you finish your visit, Baron, do you know the name Visco? You did live outside the Ross Kingdom for a while, right?
Yeah, I know.
Well, let's just say he's occupied with me.
Well, I'll just come back later and deal with this. So, as he kind of flicks his large overcoat he's got on and turns around and heads back towards the platform.
And this being will follow.
When you look at Fullbar Gravdos, although you can't see his face, you can tell he feels sorry for you. As he too returns to the platform to then take back.
This is gonna be either a weekly or a monthly visit from him, I guess. Like when he sees him like finally going up, he's gonna rub his head and actually attempt to speak to Visco. Oh, thanks for the save, I guess.
You're welcome. Now, why don't you let me take the reins for a while?
You all want to take control.
It's been a while since I've been in a body. It would be nice to feel flesh again.
As
You
a
have-
player, friend, Ryan, don't do it.
like he immediately just
DM, bring the chaos.
yeah. Like Vrarus kind of does a little pout and is like, well, you only have it temporarily when I'm drunk, and you know that.
Give me control now.
The boss of that word, you know that. I I do give you control in emergencies.
This
That was the
is
deal.
this is an emergency. Come on
Well,
now.
not for me, Visco. I would rather just rot here. Everything that I knew just are dying. What am I supposed to do?
We have the power to take over this prison, and instead you choose to rot. Why must you choose to be weak? Why not let your strength take control and show your true power?
He thinks for a bit, is kind of staring at the ceiling. Well, if I do give you control, you're just gonna go commit chaos.
You
And
can't,
you
re-
do have a lot more bodies you could get, you know that.
you can't really do much when you've got those cuffs on.
That is true. But I just see it as pointless trying to do anything at this point.
Ah, you're no fun. You're never fun. Oh.
Stopped being fun after touching your amulet.
The voice does not respond.
Figures. But Visco, Hmm. Why did you have Nyx go to the Ross Kingdom?
Fun. I thought it would be fun. And fun it was. Shame he didn't kill as many as I was hoping.
Only killed like 3 children and 1 guard. Uh, uh, now you seem to be, have more of a voice. Is it because we're in the Ross Kingdom and there's more, I don't know, magical elements around the place or some weird thing? Been a while since I've been here.
No, I'm just bored.
Makes sense. Did one of the apprentices die? Is that why?
No, he's just fucking around and finding out something. He loves his little experiment.
Uh, I remember you had 2 other apprentices. Did they die? Or are they still just roaming?
Yeah, I have no idea. I haven't checked on them in a
I
while.
don't tell me that one necromancer I stopped chasing was one of your apprentices, I swear.
And
You
which
hate other
one?
necromancers while you love to spread, I don't know, fun, I guess.
I
It's
make
kind of weird.
I make the thing I want to kill. It keeps me entertained.
Well, I guess being some kind of a mortal person, you gotta have fun somehow, even though they do sometimes cause pain or actually help people, depending on your mood.
I suppose so. Mm. Say, which was that necromancer you were talking about anyway? I'm curious.
Mm. Uh, I don't know. I didn't see their face or heard their name, but
Actually, you did hear the you heard a name.
oh, a name.
Telenor said it.
If
Oh,
you're talking
he
about
did.
Helra, that's not
Uh,
the one he's talking. I
no,
think.
he's searching for he like before he joined the party.
Um,
Well, they're outside the Ross Kingdom, so I don't think we should bother by them anyway. Probably died by some group of adventurers,
oh,
like always.
come on. Do you know I love necromancers? Tell me what they'd look like. What you could see anyway.
The mm, he tries to remember hard. Dark brown, long hair, red eyes. I don't remember what race they were. Yeah, I really got no clue. I just heard from descriptions from farmers before I joined this whole fiasco.
Hmm. Boring. And
Well,
he's
if I
gonna
had more information,
he's gonna repeat the word boring over and over again, louder and louder and more
he
psychotic.
just sighs as if like he's just used to the bullshit he pulls off on the Vrarus. Well, if you want anything more fun, I don't think this is even fun. There was another necromancer, but I believe she is dead.
Oh, do tell me.
I don't know how she became necromancer, but oh yeah, you never met her actually. Considering well, I became your apprentice after the incident. So yeah, you never met her. Her name is Erin. I think you saw her during the fights I had in that city at the graveyard.
Hmm, I don't remember.
Don't tell me you were asleep or something.
Probably.
Uh, oh, that necromancer was actually stronger than me. But I guess necromancers can't handle a giant dragon and a person that's literally all flames.
Oh, I know who you're talking about. Bitch, that's your friend's killed, right?
Huh?
He's talking about
Yeah.
the Neverwinter siege.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But the versus goes, huh? Like in character.
Yes. Well, you didn't exactly get the killing blow, did you?
I would rather not get the killing blow.
You're still holding back. Why? With
Killing
all
a
this
person like
power, and you still hold back.
is the power I didn't even want, you know. You just forcibly gave me.
When he says you're still holding back, why? It's almost like he's got control of your own hand, and you can feel the fist gripping so tight your nails are digging into your skin in your hand.
Did I give you the permission to do that?
I don't always need your permission.
Seems like the whole world just wants me to suffer at this point.
I'm bored. I'm gonna go sleep. Bye bye.
Just don't terrify some random farmers for no reason. Yeah, he's about to do that before he sleeps, isn't he? God damn it.
No, but you do see one of the skeletons in the ice, their limbs kind of twitching a little bit. Clearly, Visco's trying to have some fun in one way or another.
Um, by the way, she would have told Talinor what caused her to buckle. So she would have filled him in.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotta make sure the bound's fully.
But yeah, Vrarus, you see one, and then two, three, four, five skeletons encased in the thick sheet of ice, twitching a little bit. Clearly unable to move, but just enough to twitch.
Ah, he's trying to have fun. I wonder if there's any sane person in the same level as me. All I hear is just screaming. He kind of like tries to peer out out of his head. Like he's not put his head out because he can't. Like he grabs the bars and kind of like looks around to see if there's any, person who's not going insane at the moment.
You just see one of the mage knights standing near the drawbridge. Different to the one from the day prior. This one, instead of wielding a sword, wields a lance of sorts. Strange for one of the mage knights to wield, but clearly your preferred weapon choice.
It's like a twin blade. Wait, I didn't hear that well.
He's wielding a lance.
Oh, probably they change shifts after some time, and he kind of just tries to look if there's one at least sane prisoner here that's not screaming or trying to do anything.
When you
Probably he's not gonna.
when you go silent to try and listen out for anyone who is sane, the silence is then drowned out by the constant screaming and howling of all the other prisoners. I don't think anyone here is sane, Vrarus.
So am I like the odd one out? I'm probably Damn, what did physical do to my mind to make me this emotionless?
Who needs emotions?
Well, true. He kind of just goes to the corner and then he plays with his ball. So he's still awake, trying to have fun.
Yeah.
Why do you not have fun while we're fighting? That was your biggest chance.
Can't exactly fight when we're in a cell.
Yeah, but I mean, before that.
The fight seemed boring and not entertaining.
Oh, yeah, for your level.
And as he laughs, it echoes off again. Clearly, he has yet again disappeared from your mind to entertain himself
Yeah.
elsewhere. Time passes as you play with your ball, and Fullbar is back again with your food.
He immediately like catches the ball, like standing up and walks over where he usually places the tray and sits down.
Fullbar puts the tray through using his gravity magic this time instead of his hands, places it down.
Yeah.
Um, this time your dinner is comprised of crackers and cheese.
Yes. This is gonna eat it casually.
He's then going to say, "Psst,"
Mm-hmm.
and he tries to secretively hand you a glass of what appears to be orange juice. Clearly, from what you can tell by how he's acting, even if he is the one who watches over the Abyss Prison, even if he's under close watch, and he's not meant to give you anything other than water.
Like Varus like kind of looks at it
Shit.
and like shakes his
Hello?
head.
Hello,
Sorry.
you're fine.
Yeah.
The alarm that went off was for a medication I took.
Mm-hmm. You can keep going, Ryan.
Yeah, Varus will actually shake his head and say, "Yeah, I'd rather you not get in trouble."
he continues to give you the orange juice, regardless.
Like he places down near the tray.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Look, I was considering this like orange juice here, and probably with any of the makes nice like look at it. He immediately is like takes it and like immediately downs it down quickly. So the mage knights would think that that was just water he drank.
Good idea.
Yeah, he's gonna do it immediately quickly because it is the same cup as like the water, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so he's gonna do that quickly.
Alrighty. As you enjoy your dinner, you hear a roar unlike anything you've ever heard before that's echoing from the deepest depths of this prison. Like it's somewhere that's even further down than where you are. In that, central pit. That's on the other side of that drawbridge.
He's gonna like slowly look at Volbar, like with just a neutral look. Did you guys really trap some kind of monster down there?
He sent out to full bar.
Yeah, Volbar. He's the only one here.
Yeah. Under Telenor's orders, yes. I don't really have a choice.
Just tell me I even like the wildlife. I don't know how many got killed because of him.
I could not tell you the number. It's immeasurable. But a good benefit to having this beast is it keeps the other prisoners quiet from time to time when they make too much noise. And it's a very good deterrent for those interdimensional travelers.
And said, oh yeah, some of the mage captains did come from other dimensions.
Hmm,
If I remember in the academy correctly.
yeah.
Oh yeah, what's happening with the academy? Do you know?
So the mage captains, their kids are attending, and they are, well, not only the most popular, but the most powerful.
Like immediately when he said the mage captain's kids are attending, he just drops the spoon. Like no, drops the bread he has. Cracker, yeah, cracker.
Mhm, mhm. It's
Like
like a
I
little, a
forgot
little bit of red
this.
Leicester falls onto the grubby old floor.
Yeah, he's like, wait, they have kids? How long was I gone? Because I know I've been out for a few years from the Ross Kingdom.
A few years for you, for us, a decade and a bit. June has a daughter, and so does Montana a son.
Ah,
Top three
well, that's
students.
interesting.
Yes, June's daughter is one of the top three alongside Montana's son, but the third top student is who their parent is unknown, but they're just as powerful despite being from a commoner family.
Wasn't Zoom wasn't one of the mage captains a commoner before he became a mage? Before he joined with Talnor?
Sorry, say that again.
Like he basically telling him wasn't one of the mage captains a commoner before he joined Talnor?
I
It could
believe
be,
I believe you're talking about June.
yeah, the the guy that I barely know about.
The arcane stage ice mage.
Yeah, that's the basics. Well, I guess I could get some bit of info what's happening around the kingdom from you from time to time.
One of the old professors, he left the Ross Kingdom not long after the event occurred. Apparently he has regular meetings with Talonor. When he mentions this, the only image that can come to your mind was the hooded figure with the crown of light above their head.
How to figure the crown of light?
Yes. I can show you, I can send you the image, like what they actually look like. Uh, Let me just find it real quick.
I wanna shoot. I wanna shoot. Oh,
Yeah,
that looks terrifying.
yeah. He was one of the professors you had and was there during the Lich doing its thing.
That's a guy that probably got corrupted as hell.
Oh, he's much more important than you think, Ryan.
Damn, future future enemy with corruption magic. I'm guessing it's gonna be fun.
No, no
Oh,
corruption.
sad.
Oh, I might take the idea into consideration for him. Anyway, Starlight combined. Ooh, anyway, sorry. Um, yes. Um, yes, he has regular meetings with Talonor. Another one of the professors has enhanced his pyromancy much further to where he's learned how to do cold fire, I guess you can call it.
Well, yes, recently people realize fusing your cold magic with other stuff is useful now.
Yes. When I imagine cold fire and I speak about it, it makes me think of like
Yeah.
the recent events in manga for MHA.
Mm.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I
With
did
that,
not see that.
I don't want to spoil anything, but it's really Todoroki done some interesting things. Anyway, I can't
Oh,
spoil
yeah,
it.
okay. I think I can imagine how that looks like. Yeah.
Mm. Let's say this. One of his attacks is called Phosphor, which I am going to make a spell, which is like basically
Cool.
generating an intense heat and the coldest ice he can make, and then exploding it outwards. It's insane. You should look it up.
That sounds like an awesome attack.
Yeah, you should really look it up when we go on break. Um, yeah. Um, Nothing else really is interesting is happening in the Ross Kingdom.
Uh, well, I guess I was away when there's a lot of generations got propaganda in their heads. So,
I mean, there are new Mage Knight captains you probably don't know of.
like who?
Alderman, the Lightning King, Vidron, the Arcane Whisperer, and Blazenar, the Soul Flame.
He kind of blinks slowly and tilts his head. Wait, what happened to those other three mage captains?
Killed or lost, and they probably left the kingdom. We don't know. Vidron
No.
has insane technological intelligence and has greatly advanced our mechanical engineering. And he's going to produce to you a parchment displaying one of the huge mechs that like huge
Oh,
things that Vidran has made. It's one of the ones I've sent to you. I'll resend the one in specific that I think would be best applicable to this conversation. I just need to find it real quick.
right. So basically, the John casually
Alright.
making mechas here.
Let's see which one would apply to this. This one. I will send you the image as well, Elijah, so you know what's being described.
Sounds good.
Ah,
Yes, that one.
that's like a giant mech.
Yeah, that's the one that if full bar doesn't do his job properly, that's the next like line of defense outside of the Abyss prison. As you see this huge armored monstrosity of technology wearing what seems to be the chrome alloy that's used for your currency as armor, as they wield a huge jagged glaive, and they stand. The kind of the drawing on the parchment that Fulbar showing you has them standing in the mount, like along next to the mountains, like in a like still position, just standing on guard, ready for anything to happen. Doesn't do anything to people who enter, only to those who try to leave wearing the prisoner's clothing or mark. Prisoner's mark is a magical rune that you can't see, but all the guards can.
Yeah.
And what you could beyond the image, what you can imagine is them just standing there completely covered in snow while they just stand guard waiting. And the few times they
Waiting
do
for any.
move, they creak
Yeah.
just a little bit.
Yeah, just waiting for any poor fool. I think it's like finally I escaped.
Yeah, somehow manages to escape full bar, then they meet that thing.
I feel like Fulbar is like, oh no, they're running. Well, who cares? As they just watch him get smashed by a giant halberd.
Yeah, pretty much. Yes, Vitron has made one of these things, and he did it only in a matter of days, which would have taken us years.
Huh. Is he's not from the Vrarus kingdom itself, right?
No, they call him the Arcane Whisperer for two different things. One is he states and claims that he knows all magic from every dimension and reality. And two, there's talk and rumor that he may be the secret child of the one who protects the magical weave.
Sorry.
It wouldn't
Hmm.
surprise me, really.
I see. What about the other two?
Alderman came here with Vidran, and he is of this kingdom, but some event caused him to teleport to Vidran's world, and he got taught intense lightning magic, hence the nickname Lightning God, or Lightning King, rather. And then there's Blazenar, who's from a future timeline of the Ross Kingdom, war-torn and everything, according to her. She enjoys the peace and quiet of the current times, though her flames are too intense and she lives in the only part of Frost that is not covered in snow or ice.
Huh.
Just even
I
being near
guess.
her feels like you're standing in a pit of fire. Uh, y-
Well, I guess our future always seems bleak no matter what.
yes, but there could be hundreds of thousands of years into the future. We have no idea. Or even an alternate reality of timelines.
Did she at least have like some odd clothes? Or does she have like similar clothes to us right now?
It's somewhat similar, but again, it's a war-torn future, so
Oh yeah,
slight
that
adaptation.
might, yeah, that might be just a different timeline, considering how many stuff happened here.
Indeed. Well, I have to go. I got more paperwork to do.
There's probably hundreds or thousands of prisoners here, so take
Hmm.
care.
And on that note, I think we can take break for about 15-20 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright, so we come back from break. Bullbar has just gone off to do fuckloads of paperwork, leaving Vrarus to himself again.
I have a feeling there's gonna be a lot of that.
Yes. Vrarus, as you left to yourself, you notice a little glint in the mirror that you have in your cell.
Oh, another glint.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he kind of like checks the mirror.
There are two things. At first, you see yourself, but to you it's kind of clear now after some time as your hair is now longer. But also, you see Visco instead of your reflection after a couple of seconds.
Like he just stays at Visco all of a sudden.
Yes, as you go to look at yourself in the reflection, Visco kind of replaces you in the mirror.
Huh. Okay, you're from your description. Like he's gonna talk like on his own.
Mm-hmm.
From whatever he gave me from the description, I thought he's gonna look worse.
Well, I do look a little bit crazy, some would say.
Well, can't you shapeshift? So you basically have more than one look, I guess.
Boring.
You're boring. He's kind of like like moves his shit around, just looking. But he can't see how he looks now. Like he can't check how like his new style now, which kind of seems annoyed a bit.
I think after that little bit of an insult, I think Visco will be upset and his reflection would disappear from the mirror,
Yeah,
replacing it back with you.
he's a little angry at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna like check how he looks like, and kind of actually nods to himself.
Fair enough. Um, yeah, as as one could guess, time in prison is far from enjoyable.
Who would have knew?
Again, you're left to your own devices, and you kind of doze off a little bit. As you doze off, you enter a dream. And it's just like you're back at the academy again. You're in your dorm, surrounded by some of your friends, doing a little bit of magic studies, preparing for a practical test coming up, learning some runes and how to work the magic circles more efficiently. As the lich then bursts through the wall and starts slaughtering everyone in front of you. One by one. More gruesome than the last.
Well, probably shouting about some random amulets.
Most likely, yes. And somehow you are able to hide, and miraculously, because of that, you're spared. For you, it's been a while since you've had any kind of emotions. And in this dream is the first time you're reminded of the feeling of both fear and rage, and then sadness.
Yeah. So basically, he's still in the dream right now, right?
Yeah.
Or is this like close to the end?
Hmm.
Okay, he's still in the dream.
Hmm.
So actually, he probably will soon realize it's actually just a dream, and he's actually gonna try to do something.
Okay.
Because he knows this is a dream, he's actually gonna try to walk around the dream, like around the academy itself.
Okay. The only parts of the
Because
academy you can access are the ones is the part of the parts of the academy you went to on that day, despite you knowing its full layout.
he's gonna whisper himself, I guess it is limiting for a dream, but it is nice to be back for a bit, even if this was my worst memory.
So, this is what happened that day.
Hmm. Your guy accidentally went to our dorm instead of the basement, the academy. I have no idea how. Did he check his intelligence before you hired him?
He said he was perfectly capable. Damn, no. And Visco will then reach out a fairly decrepit hand and put it on the top of your head, as you almost feel like a part of you is now a little bit like Visco, and you now have this feeling of a, a slight feeling with a yearn for power, and you're now a little bit less inclined to hold back, as Visco would say. No, your emotions are yet to be returned to you.
Like return to normal?
Yeah, you wake up. After that, you do wake up.
Yeah, he just kind of just sighs in annoyance after all that.
That's fair enough. Um,
Like he's gonna like rub his temples like so it's not only Tolner, but you whatever events happening and probably more bullshit it's gonna happen. Gonna haunt me here.
hmm. As you're talking to yourself, you hear the roar of the beast within the abyss prison again, and this time you can hear the huge chains shifting. As you can only imagine, it's trying to move. The vibrations of the chain shifting so intense that it causes your cell to shake a little, and some of the ice on the back of the wall kind of breaks off.
I guess even this beast is stuck like us. Uh, I guess it's gonna be my life now.
Unbeknownst to you, that dream you had had you sleeping a lot longer than you thought it would, as when you look in the direction where the roar comes from, you notice several days worth of food on trays.
Several days.
Time is a fickle here, as you know.
Yeah, especially in the prison.
Indeed.
So this kind of looks at us like, uh, must have overslept or something. He goes to check the food. Is it like, how much still bread are there?
There's most of it's still edible.
Well, there is still edible,
Yeah.
but it's obvious it's kind of been a while.
Yeah. Um then again, Fullbar's making another appearance to you. Except this time he seems a little bit more excited than usual.
Excited like he has coffee.
Hmm? Oh yeah, like he has coffee, yeah.
Yeah.
The same cup of coffee he had last session.
Oh,
He walks
what
up to
is
your cell and knocks on the bars with his armored knuckles.
what is it now?
I've just had word. Your friends have arrived. That's why the beast was making commotion. And just takes a big sip of his coffee. Like, he does the thing where he lifts it up and sips and puts the helmet back down.
He sighs a bit. Should have guessed they actually come here. I probably know who's the one that actually wanted to come here the most. He's gonna like sits in a like he kind of like sits down, folding his legs together. Probably Kiri that wants to come here the most.
I don't
You
know
don't
your
know.
friend.
Yeah,
What I...
but
Hmm?
you would probably know the person I'm talking about when you just see them or hear them talk to me.
Fair enough. There is one thing I do know, and I'm going to tell you now. When your friends get here, one of the first questions I'll ask them after bringing them to your cell, pardon me, is if they're thinking of breaking you out, and if they say no, I'll unlock your door. That way, it stops the Sentinel from hunting you guys when you leave.
Is
Oh,
is Homeboy trying to help the party break him free?
He's not breaking out if his cell's unlocked by the right person.
true.
Point.
And
Fair
the
point.
party are not thinking. Also, the party's not thinking of like trying to break him out too. So the Sentinel's not going to detect anything. But that's actually smart.
Mm-hmm.
He's like he looks at Pablo for a moment and then he begins to speak. Wouldn't the Baron be, a bit angry about that?
Well, he won't know it would be me. I mean, there's thousands of guards who live here, right? They all have keys to each cell. I just watch over the operations. Plus, I'm sure I can hold him off a little bit with my gravity magic anyway.
Is freeing me even necessary at this point?
I think you don't deserve to be chained up. I'm like you. I'm not here by choice. The Baron put me here after he took over. He should have killed me, really,
Well, gravity magic plus prison, nobody could escape that.
As you say that, one of the cell doors down the corridor explodes open. Someone's trying to break out.
Oh,
So you see Fubar lift his two fingers that he knocked on your cell with and just flick them towards him. And you see, I think about Mach 1, after a sonic boom, a person go flying into the wall behind Fubar in prison clothing, and a couple bones. You hear the bones snapping and creaking against the wall as he just slams into it at Mach 1.
oh. Death is a better fate than this place.
Oh, I accidentally killed him. Oh well, one less mass murderer.
Also, I'm guessing some of the prisoners are probably some people I thought were rebellion here.
Summon some, but they're not strong enough to compare to the gravity magic. And if they do try to escape, the Sentinel will get them if I'm too lazy to chase them.
Yeah, I see that. Well, I didn't see the power that Sentinel could give, but a giant construct with a massive weapon could probably handle some random level 5 or 6.
Well, that Sentinel was made to be a complement to my magic. Essentially, if me or the Sentinel can't get it, I use my magic on the Sentinel and it empowers it even further. It's rather dangerous, really. Could destroy half the landscape.
I see. Uh,
Um,
like covers his eyes
mm,
while looking at the ceiling. Uh, just, I just wonder what would happen if the Lich didn't attack my dorm by mistake.
again, as you're thinking out loud, the prison is shaking like the earth, and some rubble or some little gravel and dust fall from the ceiling above you as you feel something great impact the earth. This is where Vidran used that spell from last session.
He probably, even though they can't, like the prisoners can't even use magic or anything, they could probably feel that immense power of like magic
Oh
goes
yeah,
around the land. Yeah, like
100%.
very fast. He like feels that magic in me. It's like starlight magic. I know how it feels.
I think that was Vidran.
Oh, the person I never saw before.
Yes.
I see.
I guess he's being a
I'm
bit of a show off again.
well, being a person that knows every kind of magic, he probably is a show off. Yeah, I'm guessing my party would arrive soon.
Yes, I should make my way back up there soon. By the way, the gateway you used to enter here, to the Ross, or your friends used to enter the Ross Kingdom, It's actually not that far from the nearest city, so should be able to escape fairly quickly. If
I
need
see.
be, I can use my gravity magic to boost all of your movement, but I can't take too much of a chance. You're also gonna have to take
Um,
some very specific routes to avoid being seen through the city. One I would definitely recommend is passing through the um, Historical of Magical Arts Museum and artifacts. There's some both items in there that you and your friends might like, but it's also, as you remember, quite huge. Spans nearly most of the spans at least most of one end to the other of the city. So best way to avoid most detection.
uh, from all the mage knights and the normal guards, and probably soldiers and constructs. Yeah, it's gonna be a lot.
The sooner you get out of here, the better. In no means do I mean this offense to you and your friends, but you're far too weak to be here in Frost. You guys need to get stronger if you want to be here.
I know. I would have actually become even stronger if I continued doing the academy.
I should also inform you. I spoke to Vidran, and when you were sleeping for the few days you were, he scanned your magical power and told me what your second origin magic is.
My second origin,
The second magic type that you're innate with, you just have to unlock.
I see.
Did they not teach you that back at the academy?
Oh, they don't teach that for first and second years, only for
That's
third and further.
that's true. Um, Essentially, it's as I said, the second magic you're innate with that you're born with. You just have to learn to unlock it. Do you want to know what your second origin is, or would you rather learn the hard way?
Well, I'm no stupid person. Probably it'd be better if I know it.
You can use the same magic as the Baron. I'll put it that way.
Shadowmancy.
Yes.
Ah, s- so you're telling me I have necromancy and shadowmancy now? Like he actually sounds a bit pissed right now.
I don't control these things. For me, it's gravity and a small connection to purity, even though it's rather contradictory in my opinion.
Well, not really.
I'm far from pure hearted. Luckily, I've not learned to tap into it. I don't think I want to learn purity. It's not my style.
Well, it's more of the clerk side, isn't it?
Mm, yes. Anyway,
Uh,
your friends will be here soon. I can sense their magical power. It's not massive, but enough to still sense it. I'll go fetch them.
yeah, you go at the upper level.
And he disappears. And I think that's a great way to end the one on one session.
Yeah, Like before like fully ends, like when you see it go up, he covers his right eye as he just looks up the ceiling. I guess I'm not gonna be a conjurer at this point. Right, Visco?
I guess not.
And boom.
Session end. So,
Yeah.
uh,
Basically just a guy suffering in a cell.
oh,
Nothing that
yes.
much is interesting.
We do need to remember that for next session,
It's
you do,
immediately after.
yeah,
Yeah.
and you have to iterate the hair change. It's very important the changing hair because
The
it's
shading hair.
because it is actually a bit of a change in your personality as well. Obviously, as we've discussed.
Yeah. Also, he seems to be like a little less shy and more of
He's
kind of pissed off at what's happening.
Yeah, he's starting to get some of his emotions back, and he's getting more vocal, which is good. Before I end the stream, please tell me, how did you enjoy the one-on-one session, Ryan? And would you do this again?
Yeah, it was fun. Just Vrarus just vibing in a jail cell.
Oh, I think he left. Uh, Ryan, do you accidentally disconnect yourself?
Oh, died.
Oh, died. Yeah.
That
It's
was
just
funny.
suicided.
um. All right. Yeah.
Well,
So, as you were saying,
yeah, basically, yeah, I did have some fun just Varys vibing in a cell, getting bullied by everybody apart from Folbar.
yeah, the only
It was
person
actually
you get
just
along with.
even the major knights who were insulting him.
Yeah.
Also,
Um.
the funny part is, if Varys did stay in that cell for like years, he would not go insane.
No, but Visco would definitely not help. Um,
This could be a huge nuisance.
on that note, I'm going to end the stream now.